That night, Kofi could not sleep. Something felt wrong, deeply wrong. He lay in the darkness listening to the village, and that is when he heard it, chanting, low, rhythmic, ancient. He crept from his bed and peered through the window. What he saw would change him forever. In the center of the village burned a massive fire. Around it stood every man, every woman, every child of the village, dressed in ceremonial cloth, faces painted white, eyes closed, swaying together like one single creature. And at the head of the fire stood the same man who had welcomed him at the gate. But he was not smiling now. He was praying. Kofi listened carefully to the ancient words being chanted, and slowly, with growing horror, he began to understand. They were not praying for something. They were praying about someone. They were praying about him. Dramatic music sting. You see, this village had made a covenant with their gods generations ago, a covenant of blood. Their gods had promised them protection, prosperity, power, but the payment was steep. Every new moon, the village was required to offer a sacrifice. Not an animal, not gold, not crops. A stranger, someone from outside the village, someone with no family nearby to ask questions, someone who would simply disappear. And the gods had taught them exactly how to find one. Be so welcoming, so warm, so generous, that no stranger could ever resist walking through their gates. Kofi's heart was pounding. He had to leave. He had to leave now. He quietly gathered his things, moved to the door, opened it slowly, and standing right outside were 3 villagers, waiting, silently, smiling. "Going somewhere, friend?" one of them whispered. Kofi ran. He ran through the village desperately looking for a way out, but every path led back to the center, back to the fire, back to the chanting crowd. It was as if the village itself was alive, turning him around, guiding him back. And then the elder spoke. His voice was calm, almost gentle. "Do not be afraid, traveler. This is an honor. You were chosen. Our gods saw you coming 3 days before you arrived. They called you here. Your death will feed an entire village for another year. Is that not a good life? To feed so many?" Kofi fell to his knees. There was nowhere to run. The entire village had formed a circle around him. The drums grew louder. The chanting grew faster. The fire grew higher. And the elder raised his ancient blade toward the moonlit sky. Sudden silence. Whispered narration. But this story does not end there. Because what the village did not know was that Kofi was not traveling alone. 3 days behind him on the same road was his brother, a warrior, who had noticed his brother's tracks stopped at a village that appeared on no map. A village surrounded by the bones of travelers buried just beneath the forest floor. A village that would never feed its gods again. The village of Akodan was never found again after that night. Some say it was burned to the ground. Some say the gods turned on the villagers when their sacrifice was interrupted. Some say, on certain moonlit nights, deep in the ancient forest, you can still hear the chanting, still see the fire, still smell the food. And if you ever find yourself walking through a dark forest, tired and hungry, and you see warm golden lights flickering in the distance, and a smiling man standing at a gate, telling you he has been waiting for someone like you, keep walking. Whatever you do, keep walking. This has been Dark True Folktale. If this story kept you up at night, smash that subscribe button, because the next story is even darker. Sleep well.